Hey, Mikey. I'm about ready to punch that time card.
Welcome back to KnightNewz. Before we start, please like the video for more excellent content.
Lone Survivor. The 2013 American action drama film Lone Survivor is based on Marcus Luttrell and Patrick Robinson's 2007 nonfiction book of the same name. The story, which takes place during the war in Afghanistan, centers on the failed counterinsurgency operation, Operation Red Wings, in which a 4-member SEAL reconnaissance and surveillance unit was tasked with finding Taliban leader Ahmad Shah. Starring Mark Wahlberg, Taylor Kitsch, Emil Hirsch, Ben Foster, and Eric Bana, the film was written and directed by Peter Berg. Several Marines and other locals who are thought to have assisted the American forces in Afghanistan were killed in 2005 by Ahmad Shah, a local Taliban warlord in the Korangal Valley. Shah must be apprehended by a Navy SEAL unit that includes Marcus Luttrell, Danny Dietz, Matthew Axelson, and Michael Murphy. The 4-person squad is inserted overnight by chopper and heads for Shah's last known location. The team is working in rugged terrain, which makes it challenging to communicate with JBAD. They are found by locals, one of whom is carrying a walkie-talkie, even though the squad has identified Shah. The SEALs discuss whether to shoot or release the villagers, who they believe are Taliban supporters. Murphy orders them to be set free. With the intention of extracting, the squad abandons its task and moves up the mountainside. But in keeping with the SEALs' worries, the villagers warn the Taliban, who then come after the group. Even while the SEALs have the upper hand at first, their position is eventually overtaken by the sheer size of the Taliban soldiers. The SEALs are forced to jump after being pushed toward a ravine, but they lose their equilibrium when an RPG explodes in front of them. Following Dietz's death, the surviving SEALs make a valiant effort to rally support. Although he is killed soon after, Murphy climbs the cliff to obtain a clean signal that eventually notifies the QRF.
2 league MVPs, 4 Super Bowl rings, guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I want it. You know I want it, but I'm nervous, all right? What if he doesn't like the way I'm doing it? He deserves the best.
Pull yourself together, for God's sakes. He's gonna love it. Go, go, go. Now let's give him a hand job into this red Solo Cup.
All right, go ahead.
What do you mean, go ahead? You gotta do it.
What are you talking about? You're the one who needs a sperm.
Yeah, but it's gotta be a human hand. It's gotta be skin on skin, otherwise it doesn't work.
Sweet God and baby Jesus.
And that's at rest.
What the fuck? Holy shit, dude, what's the matter? What happened? What's going on?
There's so much porn!
Well, what the hell are you doing looking at my private
Ted
shit?
2. The 2015 American fantasy comedy Ted 2 is the follow-up to Ted in 2012. Alex Sulkin, Wellesley Wild, and Seth MacFarlane created the screenplay and directed the movie. In order to be acknowledged as a person and not as property, the talking teddy bear Ted, voiced by MacFarlane once more, must struggle for his civil rights. In addition, Amanda Seyfried, John Slattery, and Morgan Freeman play new characters, and Mark Wahlberg, Giovanni Ribisi, Jessica Barth, Bill Smitrovich, Patrick Warburton, and Patrick Stewart reprise their roles from the first movie. Ted marries his lover Tammy Lynn 3 years after the events of the first movie, 6 months following Laurie Collins and John Bennett's divorce. A year later, after a furious dispute between Ted and Tammy Lynn, Joy, their co-worker, advises Ted that they have a child in order to preserve their marriage. Tammy Lynn is thrilled with the idea when Ted brings it up to her, and they both decide to have a child. John chooses to assist Ted in finding a sperm donor because Ted is unable to father a child. John finally volunteers to donate his sperm after unsuccessful attempts to find one, but Tammy Lynn is determined to be infertile because of her history of drug use. The couple then makes the decision to adopt. Ted's legal standing as a person is called into doubt by the background checks, and Massachusetts state authorities proclaim him to be property rather than a person. As a result, Ted's employment is terminated, his bank and credit card accounts are closed, and his marriage to Tammy Lynn is dissolved.
There's never gonna be a little foot in here.
I don't understand. We would have made such great parents.
Deputy Harris, hope you like flying. Beautiful day for it.
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm dancing nervous and I can't.
I never flew U.S. Marshal before. Why is he all chained up?
I have to get him to New York so we can testify against the Moretti crime family.
Okay, hey, you're the boss.
Is it always this bumpy?
A number of passengers have left their lunch up here. I can open a snack bar.
Don't shoot him, we need him!
Mayday, mayday. We've been compromised. The pilot's a hitman.
Infinite. Antoine Fuqua is the director of the 2021 American science fiction action movie Infinite, which was adapted from D. Eric Maykranz's 2009 novel, The Reincarnationist Papers, and has a screenplay by Ian Shore based on a narrative by Todd Stein. Mark Wahlberg, Sophie Cookson, Jason Mantzoukas, Rupert Friend, Toby Jones, Dylan O'Brien, and Chiwetel Ejiofor are among the film's actors. Heinrich Treadway attempts to elude the police and a man named Bathurst in Mexico City in 1985. Treadway talks about the egg, which he took from Bathurst, with his friends Abel and Leona. Treadway advises Abel to look inside in case he does not make it out alive. He jumps from his automobile in midair and lands on a crane 150 feet away after driving off a bridge. Except Treadway does nothing except watch when Bathurst shows up and murders Abel and Leona. Evan McCauley in New York City in 2020 has schizophrenia. He is unable to find employment due to his violent history and hospitalization. Despite never having received any training as a bladesmith, he forges a katana for a local mobster. Evan escapes after the deal goes awry, but he is later taken into custody. At the police station, a man identifies himself as Bathurst and says they had been friends for generations.
Just remember, Michael, this race doesn't define you.
I raced for 19 years. This is my last chance to win.
3, 2, 1! I was a young boy living in the city. All I did was run, 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 run.
We all know anything can happen out there. Sometimes we feel lost. We push and we suffer. We keep going.
Over the next 10 days, these athletes will cross 400 miles climbing, biking, and kayaking.
That dot is Daddy.
Go, Daddy, Dad.
That makes all the difference. Hey, what happened to you, boy? You don't look so good. Meatball? Look, somebody likes my meatballs. Hey, Paw Patrol, we got a race to win.
I feel glorious, glorious.
I appreciate you watching KnightNewz. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.